Nam Ja-hyeon is known as the female Yeongyang-gun and the mother of the Independence Army. The Japanese reportedly called her a fearsome old woman as she defied the limits of age and gender in her fight for Korea's independence. She was posthumously awarded the Order of Merit for National Foundation alongside figures such as Shin Chae-ho and Lee Bong-chang. For more than 50 years, she remained the highest decorated female independence activist in Korea, but the fact is still little known. As Korea marks 80 years since liberation and steps toward a new era, hers is a name we must not forget. This is the story of Nam Ja-hyeon's blazing life. Born into an ordinary yangban family in Yeongyang, Gyeongsangbuk-do, she once lived a quiet life. But in 1895, her life was turned upside down. Outraged by the Eulmi Incident, her husband Kim Young-ju joined the Righteous Army and was killed in action, leaving behind an unborn child. Despite her loss, she raised her son and cared for her mother-in-law, faithfully fulfilling her duties for 24 years as a mother and as a daughter-in-law. Then, on March 1st, 1919, the independence movement she joined in Seoul changed her life forever. The memory of the day she lost her husband burned fiercely within her once again. Refusing an ordinary life as a woman of Joseon, Nam Ja-hyeon chose the extraordinary path of an independence activist. At that time, she was 47 years old. After fleeing to Manchuria, she joined the Seorogunjeongseo, an armed independence group. Also, she established churches and women's education associations across Manchuria, dedicating herself to enlightening women and nursing wounded independence fighters. Especially during the Jilin Mass Arrest Incident, when more than 200 activists, including An Chang-ho and Kim Dong-sam, were imprisoned, she supported them in prison and served as a liaison, working tirelessly for their release. It was then that she came to be known as the mother of the Independence Army. After that, Nam Ja-hyeon transformed into an armed anti-Japanese resistance fighter. To promote unity among divided independence groups, she wrote blood petitions twice. In 1932, when Japan established a puppet state in Manchuria and expanded its imperial aggression, she cut off the ring finger of her left hand and sent a blood-ridden appeal, Desire for Korean Independence, to the League of Nations, demonstrating her unbreakable will. She also carried out a covert mission to assassinate Governor General Saito and Ambassador Muto. But during the operation, she was betrayed by an informant and arrested. At the time, she was wearing the blood-stained clothes of her husband, who had been killed by the Japanese 37 years earlier. For 6 months, she endured brutal torture. Yet, the 61-year-old woman declared, "To die is to live," and answered her captors with a hunger strike. In her resolve, we see echoes of Cho Maria, who urged her son not to beg for his life, but to die for his country, and of An Jung-gun, who pledged his devotion to independence in his own blood. 80 years ago today marks the historic day when the Independence Celebration Fund she had requested in her will was finally delivered to a liberated homeland. Nam Ja-hyeon broke the boundaries of her era, stepping alone into the struggle for independence and devoting herself until her final breath. The Republic of Korea stands today upon the sacrifice of patriots like her. Perhaps what we must do is simple: to remember the final words she left behind and never forget.